Good morning, Big Square. RoadToRoot.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee. Let's talk about the crypto bounce. Many of you have noticed. No, we're not in a free fall. This is, like I said all along, we already bottomed back in December. We're climbing the wall of worry. Massive market manipulation in there. It's always been in there. Inherited from the U.S. stock market, the commodity markets, from Alan Greenspan's programs written in the 1960s. No price that you see is real, ever, which is kind of scary. But at the same time, as long as you know that the hodling is the only way to go, you'll be fine. Traders out there, I don't know how they do it, truthfully, because the market manipulators are all powerful. So they can throw things out there like the Golden Cross and everybody got in and boom. It's a way to steal money from people, and they love doing it. They absolutely love doing it because they are working on a day-to-day basis, making money off of criminality, of high-frequency trading and all that. But the cryptos got pushed down a little too far, so they bounced up, or they were brought up by a stronger manipulation. Who knows? The reality is the volumes are off the charts. Clearly, the Tether issue, Bitfinex issue, that is not why markets go down. I just want to tell everybody that. Tether is a tool of manipulation up and down. If you look at the Tether volume, it's 12.6 billion in the last 24 hours. If there was 12.6 billion Tether that somebody held, you would think, oh my God, that's 12.6 billion that's going to, if Tether fails, will go into Bitcoin, Litecoin, all the cryptocurrencies. That's a good thing if Tether fails. But no, here's the deal. Tether is used as a tool of manipulation. It is a derivative. Obviously, it's a derivative because there's only been 2.8 billion Tether out there, dollars worth of Tether out there. That's the total market cap of Tether. Every day it trades 3 to 4 times that amount, meaning it is a complete con. It is a derivative. Times that by 250 trading days, and you're in the $4 to $5 trillion worth of Tether used to rig the markets up and down. Cryptos cannot be freely traded until cons like Tether go away. I'm not opposed to stable coins. I'm opposed to what people use stable coins for, which is to avoid any taxation rules on capital gains. But Tether, not that I love the government. That's the other thing. There's a fine line between taxation and, yes, I do think the IRS and the CFTC and the SEC need to come out with real regulations. They've been putting it off. You don't know what is taxable and what is not taxable. Right now, everything is taxable. Any gain you make is taxable, according to the flim-flam rules of the SEC and the IRS. So everything is taxable. So if you're playing with Tether, every trade you do is taxable, meaning that if it's a loss, you can write it against your gains. If it's a gain, you have to pay tax on it. That's not what the people who deal in Tether are doing. I do think at some point that the exchanges are going to have to give up who's got Tether and what their trades are. So if you're playing in that game, then again, not many people at all have any Tether. Even the traders don't have Tether. Tether is used by the crypto cabal and those rigging the price. Obviously, you'd be insane to hold Tether because they don't have the money behind the scenes. It got me to thinking Dan Larimer had recently come out saying, oh, the world's going to change in EOS in June because of this huge announcement. Okay, we're gonna see if something comes out in June as a huge, gigantic announcement because that really pumped the price of EOS. And then I started thinking, well, maybe they're just trying to pump the price to sell some EOS to get some money into Tether because they're all part of the same group, the crypto cabal, as I call them. And they're very powerful. I mean, literally, they're all powerful in the cryptos. Is it deep state involvement? I would say probably, absolutely, definitely. But hey, it is what it is, right? And we just go with it. Cryptos are the future. I don't think Tether is the future. I think any stable coin with an audited cash value deposit in a bank, a regulated bank, would be a good thing. I'm not completely against the stable coin. I get the concept. But Tether is not that thing, is not a good thing. And the people behind Tether are definitely not good things. So I do think at some point Tether will go away. And those thinking, oh, if Tether goes, all the volume goes. That's a good thing. Remember when China had millions of Bitcoin trading every few days? And everybody was saying, oh my God, if the Chinese volume goes away, Bitcoin will crash. Well, it didn't. It rose significantly. The volume is the fraud. And that's what we got to keep in mind when we look at cryptos, when we look at the stock market, the bond market, the US dollar, currency exchanges. The volume is where the fraudulent trading happens, the high frequency trading. And speaking of that, really interesting, I hope everybody's read Flash Boys, the Michael Lewis book. I hope everybody has, because it proved what I've been saying for years. And going back to, he didn't link up Alan Greenspan as the inventor of these computer programs back in the 1960s, but I did. And that is what has been controlling our markets, high-frequency trading. You look at every crash since the 1980s, since 2 months after Alan Greenspan got to the head of the Fed in 87, we had the gigantic stock market crash of 1987. And in retrospect, people look at it, it was all computer model trading. That's what Alan Greenspan was expert of. He was put in charge to destroy the system, but people keep wanting to kick the can down the road. And he tried his best to destroy the monetary system by keeping interest rates too low, too long, and then throwing in a nuclear bomb of electronic trading every once in a while. We're going to get that again. But here's an article. Chicago's high-frequency trading war rages as yet another microwave tower pops up. Now, the way these high-frequency traders work is the first one there wins the prize. So what did they do? They set up computer systems within the stock markets to be instantly there. And now they're talking about going from Chicago, from the commodity markets to New York, to the financial markets. And this has been going on for a long time. They've been stealing from everyone for a long time. The ongoing high-frequency trading war that was reported about a month ago has turned a page into its next chapter, according to Bloomberg. Aurora, Illinois, is one of the closest places that high-frequency traders can get to the $63 billion CME Group exchange. The CME is the commodity exchange in Chicago, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, where all the commodity, gold and silver, I think gold and silver still trade there. But that's where most of the rigging goes. That's where Bart Chilton had tried to expose it. And rest in peace, our friend Bart. Where futures and derivatives on on commodities and U.S. Treasuries trade, making it a mecca for high-frequency trading. High-frequency traders seeking to front-run slower order flow. We reported last month about an ongoing fight between two companies in Illinois to get their towers the closest to the CME Group in order to shave milliseconds off their transactions. That's all you need. If you're there a millisecond before somebody else, if you're cheating a millisecond faster, you win. The latest move in that competition has come from Cyrptos Solutions LLC, who has assembled a 190-foot tower across the street from Cypress One, Inc., allegedly obstructing Cypress One's tower. When we last reported, Sentinel's development site was only 2.6, mostly vacant acres that housed only a trailer, a portable toilet, and a pile of metal poles. That has changed. And Scientel tower is now up and running. Cypress One said previously that Scientel's tower would block its own line of sight to downtown microwave dishes from its already existing tower and interfere with the communication from the CME data center. So you got people blocking. Well, why doesn't Scientel move to the next one and block it again and just keep going, and then the whole thing explodes, which would be a great thing. Cypress One Inc. had previously tried to stop the Scientel Tower from happening in January 2018 by suing Scientel and the city of Aurora, Illinois, which had approved the project. Cypress One's tower went up last year and sits just 6 feet from the data center that houses CME Group's derivative exchange. The point of Cypress One's tower, to begin with, was to end the war and put all players seeking access to the CME Group in the same position, literally and figuratively. Sirius One, which owns the CME Center, decided last year that it would finally end the scramble for real estate by putting up a 350-foot tall wireless tower that would allow anybody to rent space on it. It's closer than any trading firm could get to the center and targeting putting everybody on equal footing in exchange for a very generous fee to Cypress One, of course. Scientel's president, Nelson Santos, told Bloomberg this week that none of the antennas on the Sentinel structure are currently being used for trading, but that will change at some point. Even better is the fact that Sentinel Tower will connect wirelessly to the CME by beaming signals to the Cyrus One Tower. Santos didn't disclose his customer due to NDA, which he called, for competitive reasons, probably it's Goldman Sachs. Now, what does this have to do with the fair market value of any trade that goes on the CME? Nothing. It has to do with who's cheating the best. It is insane what this... You know what's going to happen? I don't think that Sentinel's going to have to, jump in front of this tower. I think in the middle of the night, one night, you're going to hear a story that, that tower fell in a rainstorm or something like that. There will be sabotage. These people have zero morals. They're going to sabotage each other until they're blowing up each other's towers. Absolutely. Solve the problem. It is insane what is going on. And they'll probably put guards everywhere. Guarding their cheating mechanisms. We need to get rid of derivatives completely, altogether, 100%. Sorry, having problems with my light. 100% get rid of these issues and problems. Hang on one second. Yes, the tech genius that I am when it comes to Hollywood lighting is, yeah. Yes, you know what I did? I did the other day, I got a green screen because I want to be like Jason Nafor and my buddy Dick Allgaier. So I'm going to figure out how to use that. I think that'll be fun. And then whatever I'm talking about, I'll put like a picture. If I'm talking about the Grand Canyon, it'll be the Grand Canyon behind me. That's my idea. See how cheesy I can get. But it's fun, hell. You don't want to see this dark background of my office. All right, moving on. The point of Cyrus One's tower to begin with was to end the war and put all players seeking access to the CME in the same position. Where are we? Meanwhile, Cyrus One's tower has started to bud. Despite being put up last year, it was without an antenna until several weeks ago when the antenna was attached. This is what they're doing. There's a picture of it. They're going from the CME in Chicago. They're zooming their data over there so they beat everybody else. They have inside information here and they zoom it over here. And we did it better because we're faster. Back in March 2016 when it appeared the high frequency, and all of this distorts the price of a freely traded arm's length transaction. One with money, another person with an ounce of silver wanting to trade at its fair market value. Fair market value is now determined by high frequency traders that trade in the zillions of electronic data. We need to get back to real, true trading of real, true assets. If you have a Bitcoin and you want to buy a Bitcoin, you walk over with your cash, or if you're doing a swap with Litecoin, and you make that physical exchange. Yes, it's electronic, unless you have two pieces of paper, each with the private address on it, the private key on it, and public address, a wallet. You make that exchange, real assets for real cash, or anything of value. That's why we need Reggie Middleton. This is completely insane what is going on right now. On the crypto side, on the COMEX side, well, it's been insane for a long time. These are not real assets being traded. And the real assets that are traded, your local silver store is selling based on prices rigged on a non-true exchange, a derivative exchange. Derivatives, when this whole thing falls apart, derivatives will be outlawed for 100 years. Even hedging will be outlawed. That's how bad these things are. That's the kind of destruction they're going to make. So hang on tight. Scientel's tower popping up seems to be just more proof that government intervention is often useless. In this case, it looks as though it may have even stoked a hotter fire. Watch for one of these towers to fall, and then the true high-frequency trading wars hit the streets. These we're talking billions of dollars of value supposedly being exchanged, which is ridiculous. Who can cheat the fastest? Insane. All right, we are 1 day away from the Life app going live. I have information that so many people on the road to Root are getting on the Life app. I would suggest everybody hook up your bank account and your ID so that you can actually use the Life app. When you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, you walk in, you get a discount, and you can convert it into cryptos starting tomorrow. The crypto adoption, just imagine how many of your friends and family who have told you you're crazy to get into cryptocurrencies would want to save money when, save 5% when they're online shopping. When they go to California Pizza Kitchen, I think it's 6% you save. And then they can convert it into cryptos, and there's more and more features coming on with this app. Right now, it's just linking your Coinbase app to the app, your Coinbase account to the app, so you can convert your cash saved into Litecoin. You can do any of the coins on Coinbase, but Litecoin is the right coin. Absolutely. And you're going to find more out about Litecoin very soon. And I'm very excited about the coming announcements of Litecoin. And don't forget the Litecoin halving is coming up. Litecoin, Litecoin, Litecoin. How many times do I have to say it? Litecoin is the right coin. And I do think that they're going to hold Litecoin non-taxable because it is a true cryptocurrency, which would be even another reason to buy Litecoin. But this Life app is really cool. It goes live tomorrow. So make sure you download and link starting tomorrow, you'll be able to link your Coinbase account. Now, if you don't have a Coinbase account, go to the roadtoroota.com, the very top, add the Life Info app. It'll give you a link where to, you go to, there's the link for the Life Info app right here, and then a link to Coinbase. This is the link to Road to Roota Coinbase, where you get $10 of crypto spending for your first $100 spent at Coinbase. So it's one-stop shopping at Road to Roota. Go to the very top thing, click on it, and then download your Life app, and then download. Here's what the front of it looks like. Well, this won't look like this tomorrow. Again, tomorrow is the upgrade. Now make sure that you hit upgrade on your, you'll probably have to hit upgrade the app in your apps store. So Life app, Life app, Life app. And this is all about adoption and earning a side income. There's that potential as well. And again, if you're interested in that, email me, Bix at Road to Roota. I'll give you more information on that. But mainly it's for saving on your purchases, the things you'd already, if you go to Bass Pro Shop, you get 8.1% right there, 8.1% off at Bass Pro Shop. Who wouldn't take that deal? And then you can convert it into cryptos. And starting in a couple months, you can, I think it's Bitcoin, you can buy things with Bitcoin that you've already converted. So this app is evolving, and it's going to be seamless and decentralized. So it's like Bitcoin been described as like getting in on the very, very early days of YouTube, where you're one of the first YouTube people putting in content, and all of a sudden everybody wants to get in and you're their friend. And all of a sudden you have 1 million followers. That's the type of thing that we're working on here with the Life app. So make sure you go to roadtoroota.com right at the top, click on download the Life app, and it'll bring you where you need to be. All right. And then if you're interested in earning income and doing the same thing, and if you're a go-getter, I got a plan for you. um, yeah, it's an amazing deal. The world is changing, and we have to change with it. And most likely, the job you're doing today will not be around when this high-tech future really kicks in and we kick out the banksters and all that. I think it'll be a good thing because there'll be no more debt. Our biggest problem in the world is debt right now. But things like Life App and Amazon, is there an Amazon coin coming? That's the rumor. Or will they adopt Bitcoin and Litecoin through the Lightning Network? More likely. Because and then we get to move forward. That's the key, is get cryptos in the hands of the people so that when JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon comes to Congress and says we need a $20 trillion bailout because the derivatives went down because those assholes over at Deutsche Bank did it, we can say, no, we don't need you anymore. We have cryptocurrencies. Well, voila, problem solved. No, it won't be that easy, but it will be like that. And you will be better off having this stuff than not, than looking at this video and say, yeah, right, Bix. You've been saying the banks are going to crash forever. Well, yeah, I have. I've been saying it since January of 2007 when I found the Federal Reserve Bank documents outlining how the banks are going to crash. And then they did in September 11, 2008. Are they going to go for another go-round? Absolutely. When do I think? Probably September of 2019. Voila. And we are tick-tocking. Time is moving faster and faster. Have you noticed that? We were talking about that on our conference call the other day, how time seems to be moving faster. And life moves pretty fast. You got to stay on top of these things. It's BixWeirRoadRunner.com. I'll talk to you guys later.